Good evening. For several months now, people have been seeing a brilliant object in the evening twilight sky at dusk. It's behind me now, shining brightly down from the sky. It's the planet Venus, sometimes dubbed the evening star, but of course it's not a star at all, it's actually a planet. Second planet from the sun, named after the goddess of beauty and love. Venus goes round the sun in 225 days, Earth in 365 and a quarter. How we see Venus in the sky depends on the relative positions of Earth, Venus and the Sun as the planets go round the Sun. There are times when Venus is visible in the morning sky, and then it's sometimes dubbed the morning star, and we see it then as a brilliant object in the sky just before dawn. But since the end of last year, Venus is becoming more and more prominent in the evening sky at night. And it's particularly good at the moment because today, on the 24th of March 2020, Venus is at what we call greatest eastern elongation. In other words, its maximum angular displacement to the east of the Sun. And that means it's setting 4 3/4 hours after the Sun and is visible even in a dark sky later on. Venus shines so brightly for two reasons. Firstly, it is currently the nearest planet to the Earth. Mind you, it's still 66 million miles away, about the same distance that it has from the Sun. And secondly, Venus is covered in a thick layer of dense, highly reflective clouds that reflect a lot of sunlight, and so it shines very brightly in the sky. Now, if you look at Venus through a telescope at the moment, it'll be about half phase. In other words, it'll look rather like a half moon does in the sky. But over the next month and a half or so, the phase will reduce to a fat crescent, and then a thinner crescent. And on the 3rd of June this year, Venus will pass more or less between the Earth and the Sun. Not exactly between the Earth and the Sun, but it'll be lined up in the same line. Now, Venus is moving against the background stars. At the moment, it's against the stars of Aries, the Ram, and it'll be that way until the 30th of the month, when it crosses into Taurus the Bull, and it will stay in Taurus the Bull for the remainder of its evening apparition until the end of May, beginning of June. There are some interesting things that you'll be able to see in the days ahead. For example, in 4 days' time, on the 28th of March, Venus will be very close to the crescent moon. The crescent moon, only 15% illuminated, will be below Venus, and the two will make a marvellous pairing in the evening twilight sky. Well worth nipping out and seeing if you can get a nice picture of these two objects together. The moon will have moved some way to the east of Venus by the following evening, the 29th of March. And then, on the 3rd and 4th of April, Venus will pass right through one of the most beautiful star clusters in the sky, the Pleiades, or Seven Sisters, which are in the shoulder of Taurus the Bull. Another great chance for a photo. The Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, and the brilliant Venus passing just through the cluster. And that's on the 3rd and 4th of April. Now, Venus will slowly begin to move in closer to the Sun. In other words, its angular displacement to the east of the Sun will get steadily less during April and May. But you still have plenty of time to enjoy this, the evening star, the brightest of the planets, as it puts on a lovely show in the evening twilight sky. Enjoy your sky watching.